Come on, Charles. Don't be chicken.
No, we'll not submit to peer pressure.
Ah, stop your struggling, Chaz. Just lay back and enjoy a nice, refreshing cigarette.
Damn you, Mumbo! You've been sneaking cigarettes for weeks now. Frankly, I'm growing tired of the secondhand smoke.
Don't get uptight, man. Everybody knows cigarettes make us look mature, sophisticated, and cool. And the best thing about them is they're so relaxing. Aunt Bernice, don't you think we're a little old for a timeout?
I'd say it's time somebody got a good spanking.
No.
I was talking about me.
This is no time for jokes. This is serious.
Bernice, don't you think you're getting a bit carried away? I mean, what red-blooded American boy hasn't snuck a few ciggies, cut a couple of classes, given the home ec teacher an after-class tongue bath?
You've led a really interesting life, haven't you?
What a long, strange trip it's been.
When children pick up bad habits, it's time to take a good hard look at ourselves and place the blame where it obviously belongs, on the cigarette companies. And it's about time somebody taught them a lesson.
And now we join the congressional anti-smoking hearings already in progress.
I also propose that instead of using cute, cuddly mascots to promote their products, the tobacco companies only employ unappealing spokespeople. For example, instead of, say, Joe Camel, we'll have Sammy Strokeface, Randy the Respirator, and Carcinomi the Cancer-Ridden Clown. We're also all familiar with the glamorization of smoking, particularly in old movies and TV shows. Well, I think I've come up with something that finally nips that in the bud. Lights! Here we see Mr. Humphrey Bogart perpetrating the myth that smoking is cool.
Play it again, Sam.
Now watch what happens when we employ a process called revisionization. His cigarette becomes a nutritious, delicious carrot.
Play it again, Sam.
Revisionization comes to us from Germany, where the government uses it to block out all evidence of their Nazi past. These measures, along with my plan to banish all smokers to an underground penal colony, are reasonable and rational
Some people say that smoking is evil. Well, we'd like to ask those people, are parks evil too? The tax revenue collected from tobacco products goes directly into our nation's parks and recreational facilities. So next time you ask someone to snuff out that cigarette, remember, you're snuffing out a child's happiness.
Forgive me for splashing my moving picture to the end of yours, ma'am, but as president of one of them so-called evil tobacco companies, I merely wanted to present the other side of the story.
Rip out his trachea! String him up by his lungs!
Has anyone ever told you how pretty you are while in the throes of bloodlust? My name's Walt Evergreen, and I'd like to extend an invitation for you to visit one of my tobacco facilities. I think you'll find that, like it or not, cigarettes are as American as a pie-eating jamboree.
Okay, I'll visit your garden of deadly delights, but I'm bringing my family with me. Because this is who pays the price for your toxic tobacco, Mr. Evergreen. The average, normal American family.
Hey, it's your loss, baby! What the hell are you staring at? Kathy Ireland.
Miss Bernice and her kinfolk, welcome to Tobacco Land.
It's beautiful.
And they're even more beautiful. Your own private assistant, who will happily satisfy each and every one of your personal needs.
And you're mine? Whoa! Check out the size of the boll weevils on you.
Now, I'd be happy to answer any and all questions regarding our little cottage industry, but before we get to the serious stuff, I'd like to give y'all a heaping helping of Southern fried hospitality. So I turned and said, "Don't be afraid, Mr. President. With gums that bad, I doubt she'd even have teeth."
Oh, Walt! You're such a brilliant conversationalist. And what a gracious host. I mean, the generosity you've shown us, the food, the gifts, the extremely entertaining holograms of Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh, how can I ever thank you?
Miss Bernice, it's reward enough that you now realize we tobacco industry folks aren't so bad after all.
Well, unfortunately, tobacco is.
Come again.
While I'm certainly grateful for your incredible hospitality, nothing could ever change my mind about the evils of your accursed crop. I hope you understand, Walt.
I understand completely.
Man, this vacation keeps getting better and better. Ye old bind and boink. Oh, now a little slap and tickle. Now, multiple skull fractures with cerebral...
You couldn't keep quiet about the tobacco thing, could you? I was only doing my job. How was I supposed to know Walt's a little bit country, a little bit Herman Goering?
You tobacco thugs may take away our freedom, but remember that nobody can take away our dignity.
Listen to the chains sing their happy chain song. Do-dee-doo-doo-doo, do-dee-dee-dum-dum, beep-bop-bada-squida.
Is there someone else we can be shackled to?
Quit complaining. Out of all the people and farm animals I can be shackled to, why in the name of all that's nude and oiled and slides up and down a brass pole do I have to be shackled to Grandmama?
Well, we're certainly enjoying your little Bataan death march. I wish you'd say where you're taking us.
Fess up, Walt. What are you gonna do? Beat us? Torture us? Murder us?
And miss out on all the irony? No, my sweet lady. I've devised the most insidious plan you could even imagine. You see, I want y'all to pick tobacco.
Wow, I haven't felt this level of Mason-Dixon sexual tension since Barney Fife was in the kitchen with Aunt B.
Shut up! You all do what I say and everything will go just as smooth as a lung full of mentholated nicotine. Break the rules, and so help me God, I'll be all over you like Louis Anderson at a bake sale. And now for the recitation of the rules.
Now wait just a...
Anyone interrupting the recitation of the rules will spend a day in the box. Now, as I was saying...
Just a ruby redneck minute here. I've got some complaints. First off, where are the topless tantric massage therapists? The bursitis in my soon-to-be tobacco-picking right arm hasn't been this inflamed since I bought the Shannon Tweed Laserdisc box set. Secondly, this tar-heeled humidity is absolutely disgustifying. How about building an air-conditioned dome with naked, cosmetically augmented trapeze artists overhead, so one could not only pick tobacco without chafing, but also could be delightfully entertained? Thirdly...
Congratulations, young fella. You just earned yourself a week in the box.
Ah, not the box! I'm afraid of tight places. That is to say, certain tight places. No! Sweet mother of mercy, not the box! Don't put me in the box! Don't let me in the box! No! Please! Hey, when did I get a tattoo there?
I'm hot and sweaty.
I'm thirsty and nauseous.
And I miss Teddy.
Oh, we'll be home soon and you can hug your little teddy bear.
Not my Teddy, Aunt Bernice. Teddy Kennedy. He invited me to a kegger at the compound.
Will we ever get out of here?
Of course we will. And you want to know why? Because our neighbors must have noticed we haven't been home for a while, and they're gonna do something about it. Why, I bet the police are out looking for us right now. Hey, and let's not forget Cornfed. He's probably waiting right by the front door till we get back. We're gonna get out of here. I promise. I promise.
Oh, if I weren't trying to be cool smoking cigarettes, none of this would have happened.
Nobody's blaming you, Mambo.
I am! These conditions are inhuman! This place is gonna kill us, I tell ya! It's gonna kill us all!
Man, this country living is fine-tastic. Who'd have thought being shoved in a box with your ankles behind your ears could be such a rush? Anywho, I got a few minutes before being shoved back in the box. Got it booked for the high holy days, you know, and... No offense, team, but I've seen peppier-looking roadkill. Might I suggest a multivitamin?
Don't you see, Duckman? This place is killing us.
On your feet, Miss Bernice. Break time's over.
What? We picked every single leaf of tobacco on this plantation.
True, but we still need some guinea pigs to test the addictiveness of our new king-size lights.
Walt, please, we're not gonna make it.
Guess you should have thought of that before you rode your liberal high horse into town. You and your kinfolk gonna be slaves to the tobacco industry for the rest of your natural lives.
That's it! I've had it! Lousy stinking screw. Nobody treats me like that and gets away with it.
Grandmama!
Guess again.
Rosie O'Donnell?
I'll give you a hint. Remember a few months back when I busted out of death row? And then I pulled a switcheroo with your grandmama, who just so happens to look just like me. Sure, you caught on and called the cops. But right before they cuffed me, I pulled yet another switcheroo. These past few months, I've been pretending to be your grandmama, but it's really been little old me all along.
Agnes Del Rooney?
Miss me, baby?
If you're Agnes, then the real grandmama is rotting away in some lice-infested prison cell.
Uh-oh, better get going while the going's still good. Move it, Petunia.
Oh, for God's sake, please, get help.
My effing back.
Try to keep up, Butch.
Button your lip, Mary. You fake being catatonic for 6 long months, then see how easy it is running for your life.
Okay, people, listen up. I want a hard target search of every outhouse, beach house, warehouse, boathouse, smokehouse, clubhouse, ice house, hot house, white house, crack house, bath house, dog house, cat house, reptile house, halfway house, slaughterhouse, haunted house, gingerbread house, and Joe Esther house in the Tri-Swamp area. And people, I want them brought back alive. Oh, who am I kidding? This is the Deep South. Let's bring them back dead.
Hey, Dingleheimer, I want to thank you for waiting on me hand and foot these last few months.
When I think of all the times I had to shave your shoulders, or trowel boil salve on your hideous white butt, or scrape Fumunda cheese off your toenails.
I remember a certain little thing you seem to enjoy.
Well, sure, live guppy animals are always entertaining. My point, Agnes, is that you stink, both literally and, the other tively.
Save your fancy words, college boy. The only way you're gonna impress me is getting us out of East Jerkwaterville. I got an idea.
Are you sure this is the only way across that stream?
It is without getting wet, Fruit Cup. Now quit your yapping and pull your weight.
Speaking of weight, things would be a lot easier for me if Planet Agnes didn't have its own massive gravitational pull.
Why, I oughta...
Have I told you lately that I hate you?
Oh, I'm deeply hurt. Please like me, Poindexter. I want so much for you to like me.
I'd rather drive cross-country with the road company of Rent than spend another second with the likes of you.
Them's fighting words, limp wrist. Maybe you'd like to take a swing at me. Come on, Mighty Joe Louis. You want a piece of me? Let's go, Milk Dud. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away! Did somebody punch me, or was that a gentle summer's breeze?
Good news, Captain. We gave the bloodhounds one of the old lady's undergarments, and after they stopped convulsing, it looks like they picked up their trail.
Well, what do you know? I guess our little Rumba broke our charm bracelet.
And not a memento too soon. Last thing I need is an attack dog mistaking my hiney for kibble and bits. Thanks for everything, Aggie. The beatings, the put-downs, the incessant loogie hacking. You shall be missed. Old Bagnus, stormtroopers right around the bend. Wouldn't this be the time to bust a move?
I can't feel my legs.
Como?
My legs, you dumb Dora. I guess I fell funny back there.
Well, you gotta do something. Roll, bounce, levitate.
Put a fork in me, Skeezix. This bird's done. Still, I could think of worse ways to go. Want to hear something funny? These past few months have been some of the best times of my life, being part of a family and all. Heck, if I had a family like yours, maybe I'd have gone on to become something respectable. You know, like a forger or an extortionist, instead of this old lost soul. But what are you waiting for? Go save your family. Go on, beat it. No offense, Ignatz, but I ain't in the mood for sex. What?
Stop taking you with me, and I don't want to hear any more lip. Comprendo?
Hard human targets in sight. Fire at will.
Hey, open up!
You two might as well save your last breaths. You see, we're the tobacco industry. We've taken on doctors, lawyers, presidents, and we're still making more money than ever. Ain't nobody gonna help you now.
Tony Randall?
Good day, madam. May I be of... Young man, this is a smoke-free zone.
Mr. Randall, I happen to be president of one of them so-called evil tobacco companies.
And he's trying to kill us.
Of course he is. The tobacco companies are vampires, preying on the lungs of our children and the circulatory system of our society.
He means kill us now.
I've been dreaming of this moment, Mr. Anti-Smoking New York City thespian. Well, I'll bet you're probably Jewish, too.
Be that as it may. Ika bika boo, my dear. Ika bika boo.
I don't believe it. Tony Randall turned them into bugs.
Orthoptera locustidae, to be precise, although you probably know them as tobacco-eating locusts. Fly on, insatiable little ones. Be fruitful and multiply and devour every last tobacco plant on this planet.
Holy tamale! How'd you do it, Tony?
While people always think of me as Felix Unger or Jonathan in Pillow Talk, they always seem to forget I was also the star and technical consultant of The Seven Faces of Dr. Lo.
The Seven Was-its of Dr. Who's-its?
It's a renter. Available at your local Blockbuster. Make it a Blockbuster night.
Hey, Mambo! We're being honored for busting the tobacco industry. All because you got busted for smoking a cigarette. Ironic, isn't it?
Don't you ever shut up.
You know, actors, for a psycho thrill-killing convicted felon, now conveniently pardoned by the president, you ain't half bad.
You ain't too shabby yourself, Liver Lips. How's about a toast to celebrate our return to civilization?
Hey! They've got alcohol!
Municipal Health Code 1914 expressly prohibits the consumption of alcoholic beverages without posting proper health warnings. Duckman, Agnes, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
Ika, Bika, Boo!